another thing with that's the point is we were somebody who was talking today of
I think I thought of that, but I was like, what was it? And
it was a neat topic of just how people going to protest a pipeline or something, and then a lot of arguments towards that or something are like but you drove there in cars with oil and plastic made of oil, and
you're trying to protest against this pipeline, but like
you used all the stuff it produced.
You're using the stuff,
But that is an argument for the protesters, which is like nobody seems to see that. But that's the whole point. Is we're making everything out of oils, and maybe it's not good for the earth or whatever else, and we're going to go protest this. But to do that, because we have this huge infrastructure in place of garbage that was, it's effective and efficient and well refined because we've been putting so much money and time and resources into things like the oil industry that it's useful and it's good. But there are way better things we could be doing in a lot of different directions too. Oil can always be there. It'll always be handy, and it's like really good at what it does. It doesn't need to do all of the things it's doing as much as it's doing. So we can do other things.
If someone, their only way to get to the protest is to use the thing, then it shows just how imbalanced the world is.
Yeah, like that is an argument for the protesters. Being like, look, I had to drive here in oil and tons of plastic and like just emissions into the air and all this other stuff. Then I want to protest against it because I can't do anything else unless you're like ridiculously resourceful and wealthy and have infinite time and the internet, and you're just like looking up everything and ordering a bunch of pieces to build your own weird solar car that's powered by some other weird thing.
Or you have the money to get that, but the fact that you need more money to achieve that than the other.
Just the fact that you have to go to extremes and be way outside the box to do anything otherwise is a point. Like it proves the protesters' point.
Yeah. So
people's argument of like you had to use oil and plastics to go protest, that is the point. But yeah, it's and at the same time, it doesn't even matter. It's a physical worldly thing. Like it's just everything in the world. That this is kind of what we ended up talking about too. It's just an inconvenience. Like everything. Like if your car gets stolen and smashed or whatever, it's obnoxious because you gotta go get a new one, or you spent a ton of money and time and resources into this thing and you cared about it because you're attached to it and like whatever, and you spent a lot of your life making sure you had this car so you could do whatever. So now you have to get a new car. Maybe they don't catch somebody who grabbed it, or maybe the insurance doesn't work so you can't get a new one because it broke or something. Like who cares? It's mild inconveniences. The only problem is if you're not learning from this experience, if you're not developing as a person in any way from the stuff that's going on in the world, and you don't have any awareness about it or anything, no balance, whatever. Like that is the problem. Yeah. Anything that's a physical worldly thing, like if somebody has major physical or mental disabilities, whatever it is, that is a thing that they have to live with. It's not a problem. That is just what the case is, and they can do their best with it, and that's all we can do. But a problem is when you're not trying to do your best in any way, and you're just complaining about it and whatever else. Like that's your problem. That is the only thing that could ever be a problem, is you're not trying to do your best from where you are. And we're all in totally different spots, but it's universal.
And wherever you are is okay.
Yeah, wherever you are is okay, and that cannot be overstated.